Good times anytime you need a pay. Good times, time you need a friend. Tell me what a Monday. That was a good show. Good times was. One of my all-time favorite shows. Good time. Keeping your head on the water, making the way when you can. Hey, good times. Make sure that we get through the hump first. Alright. Oh, hello, cutie. Cutie on an ATV and four-wheeler. Okay, I see you. All right, everybody. This is Poncho Blazing ATM, aka Reverend Joseph James Holland, at your service, and welcome in because I'm the social media and YouTube legend and future First Ballot Hall of Famer. I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, staying safe, living right, doing God's will, and keeping heaven my home. And excuse me for just a moment. Woo, had to get that out there. Woo, okay. Alrighty. Well, welcome into the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 193. This is the official 193rd episode of the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast. And before we continue on anything, I would just like to say thank you for rocking with us at 193 episodes. From the time that the first episode started on July 30th of 2020 during the pandemic until now, the 193rd episode. You all have always rocked with me, and I appreciate that very, very much. You all have been a great audience, a great fans, whatever the case may be. I appreciate everybody around the world, and I mean everybody. And speaking of that, I'd like to welcome everybody, and somebody say everybody, into the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. With this being the 193rd episode, whether you're tuning in to the live stream and or to the previous recording, I appreciate everybody tuning in at this time. And to all the YouTube Live Nation chat, I appreciate all you all YouTube Live Nation chatters for tuning in. Thank you all so much. Let me know where you're all from and how old you all are. That way we can shout you out properly. And remember, if this is your first time ever being in any of my live streams of whatsoever, let me know ahead of time. That way we can welcome you with open arms officially. And it looks like, speaking of that, we got Paul Boyer coming into the building. Paul Boyer, hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 193. I'm so happy to see you and everybody that's tuning in. Paul, it's great to see you. And all the YouTube Live Nation chatters, thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. And be sure to subscribe and follow me on YouTube and Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and to join the YouTube Live Nation chat. You are now able to join the YouTube Live community where you can chat with me in the YouTube Live community at any time officially. And it looks like, Paul, you're from Illinois. Okay, you're from Illinois in the United States of America. Hey, Illinois is definitely one of the coldest states ever in history, but one of the greatest states ever in history, Illinois is. So we appreciate the state of Illinois very much. And that is where Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD is all filmed at. So those are some great shows to watch. I definitely recommend those shows. And also, you all got some cold weather, and the snow, especially in Chicago. Ooh, we'd be cold. We thought Kentucky was cold, but Illinois is twice as cold. I'm telling you. But overall, Illinois is truly one of the greatest states that I've ever been a part of. I've been there about at least 3 or 4 times, and every time I visit Illinois, I'm welcomed with open arms. So I definitely appreciate you all, the state of Illinois, for always welcoming me, no matter where I visit in Illinois. But it looks like you're in Granite City. Okay, Granite City, Illinois. Okay, all right. I've not personally been to that city, but I've been next to it. So, all right. Yeah, well, it is good to see you, Paul B, Paul Bundy, Paul Boyer. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. And who can ever forget the Chicago Bulls winning 6 NBA championships with Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. Now, you can't acknowledge Illinois and not acknowledge Michael Jordan. I mean, let's put it out there. I'm telling you. But I will say this. This is Blackatology, this episode, along with the 194th episode. Tonight, for today rather, the 193rd and 194th episode will be about Blackatology. And normally, late at night, we would shoot hot, spicy, and sexy talk, but not tonight. Tonight, for the 194th episode, it'll all be about Blackatology, along with this episode. And what Blackatology means is that we'll be rapping, hip-hopping, possibly doing some R&B and some gospel music about Black history's past, present, and future. And we're going to get ready to get started on that here in just a few minutes. But before that, just remember that it is Black History Pioneer Month in the NBA. And with it being the last day of Black History Pioneer Month, we're just celebrating Black athletes in the NBA from past, present, and future. Now for me, I'm actually headed to in-person work. Excuse me. I'm headed to in-person work in the blue and white. So in just a few minutes, I'll be arriving at my work location in person in the blue and white, location. But when I think of past NBA pioneers, one definitely comes to mind. We've seen a lot of great pioneers, but who can ever forget Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson, one of the greatest all time to ever do it. One of the only men that can play all 5 positions. He was gifted in that talent to play all 5 positions, from point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. That man could do it all. And his rivalry with him and Larry Bird set the record straight in the 80s with the Lakers and Boston Celtics. That rivalry is one of the greatest all-time rivalries ever in history. They went toe-to-toe, and you knew that was going to be a game to watch every time. And it still is a game to watch every single time they play against each other. So Magic Johnson, wherever you're at around the world, thank you for making the NBA great and interesting. But thank you for your love in the game in the NBA. From being a Michigan Spartan, all the way to being a Los Angeles Laker, and being in the Olympics, especially on the Dream Team in 1992. Who can ever forget that Dream Team in 1992? Probably the greatest assembly of talent to ever be, and probably will never likely happen again. But your love for the game has helped a lot of people over the years, and we appreciate that very much. And just remember, everybody, that the NAACP Awards are going to take place. So tonight, the 57th, and I mean the 57th annual NAACP Image Awards will take place at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on BET, CBS, and Paramount Plus. And along with that, Sister Marsha Steele will be the special guest minister at New Assemblies Pentecostal Church tomorrow in Wise, Virginia at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those that are able to be in person with her, please go out and support this great woman of God. I'm telling you, she is a fireball for the Lord, and the message that she brings is always impactful. Not only that, but if you're not able to be with her in person, tune in online, because I'm sure that they will stream their services online on Facebook. In addition to that, the Elimination Chamber event is today. So the WWE 2028 Elimination Chamber, the WWE 2026 Elimination Chamber is underway right now. So be sure to go to Netflix and all social media sites to find out on how you can watch the 2026 WWE Elimination Chamber. In addition to that, tomorrow night, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The anointing service at Kingdom City Church, KCC Charlotte location in Charlotte, North Carolina is taking place. Those that are able to be with them in person in North Carolina and all over the world. And if you're not able to be with them in person, then be with them online virtually on YouTube and Facebook. In addition to that, next Sunday, my mama, legendary Christian minister and singer and future First Ballot Hall of Famer, Prophetess Prentice Holland, will be the special guest minister at Full Gospel House of Salvation. So at Full Gospel House of Salvation, she's going to be the special guest minister at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Appalachia, Virginia. Those that are able to be with us in person, please come out and support this great woman of God. I'm telling you, she is always on fire for the Lord. And if you're not able to be with her in person, then be with us online, because the services will be streamed on YouTube and Facebook. Along with that, the WNBA 2026 season starts on May 8th of 2026. Be sure to go to WNBA.com to see about their full schedule. And the men's and women's 2026 college basketball March Madness tournament is just about to be underway in 2 to 3 weeks. Make sure you go to CBS.com and NCAA.com to find out who's going to make it and what the schedules will be. And finally, Cornerstone Community Church is having their revival from March 4th until March 8th, and that takes place in Baxter, Kentucky. Those that are able to be with them on those days, please come out and support them for their revival. And Pastor John Carter wanted me to announce that revival continues at Kaywood Church of God. So at Kaywood Church of God tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the revival is taking place at Kaywood Church of God. Those that are able to, please be there and go out and support them very much. Well, with that, we are taking our only commercial break real quickly. Now, when we come right back, we're going to get started on Blackatology, and we'll explain how that works. So stay tuned. We're coming back on in about 45 seconds. And until then, you're going to watch me get something to eat, because I'm hungry. Who can go wrong with catfish? I mean, it's catfish, and catfish is really good. That catfish be good, y'all. It really be good. Especially when it's good and hot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. This is episode 193 of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. And one of the great things that I love about traveling on the road is that I get to be here with you all on the podcast show. I get to be here to talk to you all day and every single day. But not only that, it's just rewarding to be able to travel and visit different places. So I appreciate that very much. And to be able to eat whatever you want to, whenever you want to, that is a blessing, especially when you have it. So I'm very appreciative of when I have it. But just for a Black history fact before we get started, did you know that Illinois and Indiana was North states? And did you know that with them being North states, they was free states? So a lot of slaves went up to the north in places like Indiana and Illinois. Those were the two most famous states to be free in, Illinois and Indiana, along with Pennsylvania and New York. And I appreciate Illinois always supporting black people everywhere. Illinois has always been a huge supporter of black people, from the times of slavery to the Jim Crow era until now. The state of Illinois, I appreciate you all very, very much. And not only do I appreciate Illinois, but I appreciate everybody all around the world that supports Black History Month. Black history will always matter, and Black History Month will always matter. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate and thank you all very, very much. With that in mind, it is the last day of Black History Month. So today, and on the 194th episode later on, it's all about Blackatology. And before that, I just want to say that this coming month, starting tomorrow, will be Women's History Month. So throughout the month of March, we're going to be talking about women's history and the importance of Women's History Month. But with Blackatology, we are getting ready to get started with this. So without further ado, here we go. Freedom, 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 oh freedom, 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 oh freedom, free at last, free at last, free at last, oh free at last, oh thank God Almighty that we are free at last, free at last. I have a dream that one day blacks and whites will be together. Oh, I have a dream that blacks and whites will work together. Oh, I have a dream that everybody will come together, because it's not about the color of our skin, but it's about the content of our character. I have a dream that one day we all will work together. Oh, I have a dream that one day we all will go to school together. Oh, I have a dream that one day we will celebrate each other, because life is all about chances, opportunities, and moments. When I think of Blackatology, I think of empanology, I think of pathology, I think of sociology, I think of just theology, I think of laboratory and technology. And the technology that has grown over the years has been tremendous and great. We use our voices to get the word out. We use our songs to get the word out. We use our lips to get the word out. And we use the message to bring the voice out to the people and the millions and millions of people all around the world. I have a dream that one day internationals will be welcomed in the United States of America, in North America, openly and overall. As citizens of the United States of America and North America, we have acknowledged that slavery has been a disease and has been a cancer for centuries, from the 1600s all the way until 1865, or June 19th of 1865. And we can acknowledge that the Jim Crow era was a pain in the booty and was a pain overall from the 1880s until 1964. With all of that, overall, slavery is bondage. Slavery is a pain. Slavery is bad. Slavery is evil. And with Blackatology, we cannot repeat the history of that once more. The former person that's in wants to bring back slavery and wants to bring back the Jim Crow era. But we will not bring back slavery. We will not bring back the Jim Crow era. And furthermore, we will not forget Black history. We will not take Black history out of our schools. Black history must remain in our schools all day, every day. You take away Black history, you might as well take away all history. You might as well take away white history. You might as well take away international history. You might as well take away babies' history. You might as well take away children's history, teenagers' history, young adults' history, mature adults' history, elderly adults' history, the United States of America's history, international countries' history. You might as well take it all. What's the purpose of having of getting rid of Black history? I'll tell you what that purpose is. They want to take away Black history because they want to forget that it existed. They want to forget that slavery in the Jim Crow era existed. You can't forget that. You can't forget the beatings that took place. You can't forget the killings that took place. You can't forget the murders that took place. You can't forget the sacrifices that took place. The sacrifices of our Black ancestors in the past in slavery, who I appreciate and love oh so much. Hold on a second. Gotcha. And that is the history of Harlan County High School. And I'm probably the first Black rapper to come out of Harlan County High School, just in case you all didn't know. So that's history in the making right there. Being the first Black rapper to come out of Harlan County High School, which I did not know that. Well, actually, I did know that because I was that. So that's history right there. But look at the history of Harlan County High School. You can't go wrong with that history right there. Especially that Black Bear paw print. And speaking of that, and speaking of paw prints, who can forget the paw print of our Black Panthers? You know, the Black Panthers that stood up for racism and prejudice, the Black Panthers that stood up for and against the police. With the Black Panthers, you couldn't mess with them. They was the original true gangsters, the Black Panther was. The Black Panthers are the reason why that gangs are even in the whole world in today's day and age. Before the Black Panthers, you would have not even heard of gangs hardly. But the reason why the gangs exist is because of the sacrifice of the Black Panthers. Now, with that, the Black Panthers wasn't a gang about violence. They wasn't even a gang at all. The Black Panthers was just a group. They was a revolutionary. And with the revolutionary, you can't have a revolutionary without a revolution. And the revolution was to send a message to prejudice and prejudice that we're not going to take racism and prejudice. Now, to all those that are still racist and prejudiced all around the world, hey, that don't bother us, because Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, International Lives Matter, Christians matter, sinners matter, backsliders matter. Everybody matters all around the whole world. We all matter in some type of way, shape, and form. But the reason why that we say Black Lives Matter is because we get tired of getting beaten by the system. We get tired of getting beaten with financial issues. We get tired of getting beaten all over around the world. I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. The reason why that Black Lives Matter is because we make statements and we have sayings, we have truth, we have power, we have voices, we have determination, we have satisfaction, we have domination, just like the Nation of Domination. And we use our voices to make change. Now, we know that change is not going to come overnight, and change overall may never come, but we are in a better place than where we was before. Now, I will say this, since the times of slavery and the Jim Crow era, the world has gotten better. And don't you know, by the year 2050, 75% mixed and interracial. So for anybody that's racist and prejudiced, you might as well just get ready. You might as well be ready for it. Because the world needs to mix it up with black and white. Not only does it need to be mixed up with black and white, it needs to be mixed up with black and internationals, with internationals and white. It needs to be mixed overall around the world. And a lot of people don't talk about the LGBTQ community. A lot of people will not talk about that. But the one good thing that I can say about them is that they will stand up and they will fight for us black people. They'll stand up for what is right. Even though they may be in the wrong themselves, they won't see nobody get picked on because they know how we feel as black people. Black people have been tortured, humiliated, and embarrassed in the slavery and Jim Crow era. We've been sprayed down with water hose. We've been killed. We've been murdered. We've been set on fire. We've been hung for years upon decades in the Jim Crow era and slavery. Now, in today's world, it is a whole lot better. You don't hardly see black people get killed by racism and prejudice anymore. And if we do, we call it out. We got to make sure that you are getting called out. Bridge. And with that note, we are going to end Blackatology for right now. But I promise you this, later on tonight, you will see the final outburst of part 3 of Blackatology. So this is the continuation of Blackatology, going on episode 194. And you must come back to get the final pieces of Blackatology. And I'll say this before we end Blackatology for right now. To the late great Reverend Jesse Jackson, thank you. Thank you to late great Congressman John Lewis for getting in good trouble. Thank you, Al Sharpton. Thank you all. The late great Jesse Williams. Thank you, the late great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, for always being in good trouble and being non-violent. You all could have chose violence at any time, but instead you chose non-violence. And because you all chose non-violence, it allowed you all to have change. With the bus rules, with the late great Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat, all the way up until civil rights, when the late great President Lyndon Johnson had no choice but to change those laws. The late great President John F. Kennedy was the biggest supporter of black people overall, and he was about to make some changes, some huge changes, when he died. He would have been one of the greatest all-time presidents in the whole world, but we'll never know. But to me, he's always one of my favorite all-time greatest presidents in the world because of his love and his sacrifice for everybody, for black people and everybody all around the whole world. With that, we're going to end Blackatology for right now, and we're going to continue with Blackatology later on tonight. So you have to come back on later on tonight for the 194th episode. So I'll say this, for the 194th episode, there will be no hot, spicy, and sexy talk tonight because it's all about Blackatology. So on that, it is just all about Blackatology. And we're going to finish part 3 in the final part of Blackatology. But I will say it's been great being here with you all today. And be sure to follow me on Facebook at my regular page in Joseph James Holland. Be sure to subscribe to my Facebook fan page in Poncho Blazing ATM, where you can only subscribe to me for just 99 cents. In addition to that, be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page in Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. In addition to that, be sure to follow and subscribe to my mother, Prophetess Princess Holland, and Prophetess Princess Holland Vivo on YouTube and Facebook. In addition to that, be sure to like, share, and follow, and subscribe to our One Way Ministries and Global Force Records, GFRs, Incorporated's YouTube and Facebook pages. In addition to that, be sure to also follow, like, and share me on Google, Zang, OnlyFans, and TikTok. Well, until then, we are going to end it for right now. But I promise you, come back here within about 10 hours and you won't be disappointed, because it will be the final part of Blackatology, part 3, the end of Blackatology. So, until then, keep blazing, always have God in your life no matter what, and I'm signing out as of right now.